So I got another one, as you may have suspected from the video talking about 6-inch portals. I want to put 6-inch portals on a Rubicon, and I know I've done the Rubicon thing 4 or 5 times. I think this is my 5th Rubicon. I had 2015, a 2016, then I had a 2020, and then I had another 2016, and this is a 2022. This is my 5th Rubicon. Obviously I wanted to get the 520. If you're going to buy one of these now, it kind of makes sense to get the 520, which is 2020, 21, or 2022. A little more torque, not much more speed or anything, but the big bore kit's already on. It's already got the right throttle body, and it's all tuned from Honda, so it kind of makes sense to get it. But this thing, I got it used because you can't find them in any dealerships. It's got, let's see how many miles. Hello, Honda. It's got 26 miles on it, and I paid $9,500 for it, which is about what you pay for them new. It does have the Honda winch. I'll tell you more about that later. So I guess it's an okay deal, and then it's the only one I could find. So didn't want to deal with all the dealerships around here. They're insane, charging all kinds of markups, and I didn't feel like driving to Tennessee. But I did call Interstate 69 Motorsports, and I called Ramey Motors, Mississippi. They didn't have any. So if they had one, I'd have driven up there and got one from those guys. But this thing is like new anyways. So I'll put a video of me doing some wheelies and cutting up on it. In stock form, the 520 is really snappy and a lot of fun. And then obviously once you put big tires on them, they slow down a little bit. Plan is to put these 28-inch Aztecs on it for now until I get my portal brackets that are being made custom to put 6-inch portals on that thing. I'm gonna start buying the portals and the input gear and all that stuff I need now, but it's gonna throw these on there. Those are Polaris lug patterns, so you'll have to run some adapters, obviously. So I got those ordered. They'll be here in a couple days. Also order all the parts to do the snorkel. I'm gonna do my normal snorkel right here. Very simple. Self-tapping screws, little L bracket to support it. So that'll be all nice and good. I do like the painted plastics for now. They're pretty. We'll see how long they last before they start getting rubbed through. These stickers, you can see Honda didn't do a very good job putting these stickers on. See, there's a big bubble right there. Beautiful, Honda. Thank you for that. But yeah, you know, it's pretty much the same thing as all my other Rubicons. I never buy the Deluxe because it's an upcharge and all you really get is the colored plastics. And I don't really care about that kind of stuff. But it is a foot shift. I thought about trying a DCT for you guys. I did the math. The DCT would have been okay because I'm doing portals, right? The DCT sucks when you want to do a gear reduction. You got to run 2 speedo healers, and the gear reduction is harder to install and it's more expensive. So if you're ever going to run a gear reduction, never get a DCT. However, if you're going to run portals, the DCT could almost make sense because it gives you 10 forward gears instead of the 5 this one has. But if you look at the range, you're getting like 8% lower in first and like 2%, 3% higher in 5th high. So it's really not worth it. The extra complexity, the extra sensors, and the, you know, it's just, it's a more complicated system. So I went with the foot shift again. Oh yeah, the winch. One thing that's kind of funny on it, this is the Honda winch. It looks like the bolts that went in here already snapped off. So that's great. I really don't like this bracket that Honda mounts the winch in here with. It mounts up here all goofy and pinches the frame. Then it ties in down here to that bolt. But the real problem is the winch and this thing is mounted right side up, but they have it going on the top of the spool. See where the cable goes on the top of the spool right there? That's not the right way to do a winch. You always want your cable going closest to the mount, or if anything, on the sides. The top of it puts way more torque on the bushings in the winch and everything, puts more stress on it. This is a Warren winch, so it's got probably pretty good bushings and it'll probably be fine. But because of this right here, that's scary. I'm probably gonna pull the winch out and mount this Warren winch to the cheapo, excellent KFI winch mounts that mount in here and put the winch kind of upside down. So that's kind of what I'm planning on doing for now. The KFI, I think, mounts up here, and then it mounts to these guys on the bumper. So we'll probably do that. But yeah, this has the stupid bumper I don't like with the nasty wells, just like my 2020 did. This bumper sticks out pretty far forward. This is a pretty weak toe point. I've snapped a bunch of them, so not really sure what Honda was going for with this bumper. Just trying to make it look different, I suppose, but I really don't like it. So we'll probably be taking that bumper off pretty soon. Not a fan of it, especially when you put it in the bed of the truck. It's a window breaker. But yeah, so the plan is just snorkel it, throw the Aztecs on it, have fun with the stock like that for a while, and then I'll do a video on all that stuff. And then eventually put the 6-inch portals on there with a lot of clocking in them, so it'll be probably 5 inches of lift and 2 inches of stretch front and rear. And that'll let me run 35, 33-inch Aztecs comfortably. Because I'm doing 45% portals, which are not 45% if you calculate it the way we do it, it's a 1.825 ratio, so I call it an 82%. This thing's gonna be geared very low. It's not gonna pull out top speed. So I'm probably gonna do 35s just to get the gearing decent. And if it's really geared too low, I might throw some Rancher 420 gears in the back of the case to gear it up a couple percent. Or if I really wanna go crazy, I could probably stick some Rancher 420 automatic transmission gears in the case. I'm not sure if they would fit, but I think it might. So I've got some options to gear it up if it's geared too low. I can do that with the secondary, but you know, probably just leave it the way it is and go slow. It's a Honda. It's going to be slow anyways on 35s. But missed having a four-wheeler because you have so much more control over it, and you can do wheelies, you can drive around 2 wheels, you can fit down narrow trails, and this thing is pretty much useless for mudding. It just doesn't have the low gears, but it's great for hauling ass. So this is a pretty cool combo. That for going slow, technical mudding, stuff like that, throwing your weight around. This for going fast and sideways and stuff. And of course, you know, I've bought a Rubicon, tried the Can-Am out. That was a terrible idea. I got another Rubicon. Got bored of the Rubicon, bought the Polaris 850. That was a terrible idea. Got rid of the Polaris 850, bought another Rubicon. Got bored of the Rubicon, got another Can-Am XMR 1000. Eventually sold both those. And then bought a brand new Can-Am XMR 1000 with the front diff lock. It was still a piece of shit. Got rid of it, and I got another Rubicon. So there's a reason I've had 5 of these. It's because this is by far the best ATV on the market. It's not the fastest, it's not the smoothest riding, but it's best all around by far, no comparison, best value, best reliability, etc. The only, you know, kind of annoying issue on it is this 4-wheel drive system. The relays under the seat right here, they tend to get wet and get wonky. There is a manual override, so you can get rid of the electronic part of it, but I've had good luck with them. If you just, you know, let stuff dry out after you go deep and keep all your connections maintained and corrosion free for all the diodes and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. These headlights are probably going to get full of water. That's happened on all the Rubicons I've bought so far, except for my 2015 and 16. It's annoying. And then I'm going to put some Pioneer 1000 headlights. But this headlight up here is always watertight, and it's the best headlight anyway. So even if these guys go out, you still have some good light. Obviously, I'm not going to cut a hole in the sticker around the snorkel right in front of my headlight. That's totally asinine. Put it right here. I kind of play with the idea of angling it over, because having it towards the center is nice. But the problem is when you lean forward over your handlebars, a lot of times your shirt will get sucked into the snorkel. So having it off to the side right here lets you lean on the side of it. So I think I'm just going to do another side snorkel. I like to change it up, but not really worth it, you know, once you know something that works. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and enjoy the wheelies and that junk. Oh, and I need some Demon axles for this thing probably. I really like the Demons on these, especially in the rear. You start to put in the big tires and stuff, you start getting some angles. If you put the Demons, you can rake it back a couple degrees more. So I'm going to try to do all my rake in the portals, like clocking, but I may end up doing the arched raked arms on here too, just to get it some extra length, because it's balanced perfect for these tires are 28s. I think these are 25s still. Let's see. Yeah, 25s. But when you go up to like a 32 or bigger, it likes to water really way too much. The front end just floats up, so you got to stretch it to keep that from happening.